And today we're making spaghetti alla Nerano, which is a creamy, indulgent vegan recipe. And today's regional recipe takes us to the little Baia of Nerano, which is near Naples in the region of Campania. It's amazing when a recipe comes from a tiny place and then becomes world renowned. And we're gonna make the original recipe today. For the ingredients, we have at the center of the show the zucchini, which are in season at the end of the summer and they're full of flavor. We got some provolone, extra virgin olive oil, which we're gonna use to fry with, basil, salt and pepper, garlic, and for the pasta, we're gonna choose the spaghetti. The easiest way I find to prep vegetables when you have to fry them is to use a mandolin, which is what we're gonna do today. Because when you put it in the oil, they're all the same size and they fry in an homogeneous way. Once we get them cut all to this size, then it's time to fry them. And we're gonna be frying them in extra virgin olive oil. I know some of you may say, well, that's super expensive. It is a little bit more expensive, I totally understand, but you can recycle it afterwards and you can use it for more cooks. And in this recipe, it's cooking in extra virgin olive oil that gives all those nice aromas. So it's a very important thing that you need to do. If you're really tight on cash, what you could potentially do is do 50% extra virgin olive oil and 50% seed oil. When you fry, it's also very important to get to the right temperature because you need to make sure you're below the smoke point of the oil you're using. So extra virgin olive oil has a smoke point of about 195 degrees Celsius. And we're gonna try to make the majority of this cook between 160 and 170. So the thermometer goes in. With the thermometer 160 and rising, it's time to add the zucchini. And I find the safest way of dipping things like this in oil, we put it in one of these things and down they go. Making sure we don't overcrowd the pot. And as it cooks, make sure you move it around. And you want to cook it until they're golden brown. And this is a very hot business, so my professional opinion is to open a bottle of Prosecco. To just make sure that you are, chilled and hydrated while you do the cooking. Chin chin. Hit the spot. And by the way, when you fry it with extra virgin olive oil, the smell that comes out of this is totally different things. It's very aromatic, and you can really understand that frying in extra virgin olive oil is just gonna add another layer of flavor to your dish. So if you can, it's kind of a must. You want them to this stage where they're beginning to really get crunchy and they're nice and brown. So you take them off and you just put them here to dry. And then just space them out. Just try to do your best to kind of space them out, allow the oil to be absorbed by the paper. Boiling. And then we're gonna take some basil and we're just gonna rip it over. And what's gonna happen is that the heat from the zucchini is gonna let the basil release its essential oil and it's just gonna flavor it all together. So this is gonna be even more herbal and have fantastic aftertones. And while we wait for the zucchini to finish frying, it gives us enough time to start cutting the provolone. The original recipe actually requires provolone del Monaco, which is quite difficult to find outside of Italy, so I didn't find it today. And it's a more seasoned, more nutty, a little bit more spicy type of provolone. So if you have access to it, by all means go for it. Otherwise, just normal provolone will do just fine. To grate it, use this setting because the one that is normally used for Parmigiano will make it all stick together. This will create you little strands, which will work just fine to create that creamy meltiness in your pasta. Now that most of the prep is done, it's time to start cooking the pasta. First of all though, we need to infuse our olive oil with garlic. This is an important thing. Check out this garlic. Can you see it's got all these beautiful pink lines and shades? This is a sign of a good quality garlic. If you go to the shops and you buy garlic that is just white, it's probably gonna taste like nothing. So make sure you buy those that have these telltales because you're gonna be buying quality garlic. This one, we take it, we just squash it. I think we got a little bit overexcited with the squashing, but anyway, we take it and we bring it here. Extra virgin olive oil, and this needs to infuse. What we're doing here is to infuse the extra virgin olive oil, so we keep an eye on it, but ultimately we want the garlic to brown and then we're gonna remove it. simple way to speed up the process is banging the pan and just completely covering the garlic. This can probably actually use a little bit more extra virgin olive oil. Once we get the garlic like this, we just take it out. Rolling boil, salt goes in. In with the spaghetti, and then we just push them down slowly. With the pasta cooking, now it's time to infuse our zucchini with our garlic oil. So all of them go in. And they're gonna pick up the flavor of the oil now. With 2 minutes to spare, pasta comes out and gets finished to be cooked in the wok. A ladle of cooking water. Give it a good shake. Some more cooking water. And the creaminess that you often see in Italian pastas is in fact the starch from good quality pasta mixing with the fats, the oils in this case. And that alone just creates that creaminess. So no cream, guys. And now that the pasta is ready, gas off. And you'll see that it's already forming a little bit of the cream at the bottom. And with the gas off, we add half of our cheese. At this point, you need to turn it. And the cheese will start mixing up. If it gets too dry, a little bit more water. And once the pasta has absorbed the cheese, you put some more. And we keep adding our cheese and mixing it with the pasta water. I mean, check this out. The smell is amazing. It looks totally luscious. And look at this wonderful cream. To top it off, a little bit more fresh basil at the top. Let's plate it up. We can add the fried zucchini. Couple of leaves of basil to just add that great aroma, and then we gotta taste it. Oh, look at that! Look at the cream. Fantastic. Okay, big mouthful. I want to enjoy every bite of this. This is good. This is very good. Enjoy. Buon appetito.